So, wir haben es geschafft. Der Wettergott war uns auch gnädig. Sie haben sich in das Instituto Cervantes gerettet, falls es denn regnen sollte. Und ich begrüße Sie ganz herzlich. Muy buenas tardes, señoras y señores. Einen schönen guten Tag, meine Damen und Herren. Im Namen des Instituto Cervantes Munich zu dieser Veranstaltung im Rahmen des COMICFESTIVALs München. Und ich freue mich, dass Sie zu uns gefunden haben. Wir waren ja wirklich gesegnet heute Morgen, dass nur wenige Regentropfen gefallen sind, aber dennoch Respekt vor Ihrem Mut, sich rauszuwagen in diesen Zeiten der Stürme in München. Les saludo en nombre del Instituto Cervantes de Múnich a esta charla con el artista, con el señor Guéra y el señor Lünstedt. Les felicito por haber cumplido felizmente con esta travesía por Múnich, que supone el mero camino a cualquier sitio en estos momentos. Ich möchte mich bei Herrn Lünstedt bedanken und bei Herrn Kompa für die freundliche Zusammenarbeit und hoffe, dass wir auch in Zukunft gemeinsam den Bildern folgen werden, die uns der Comic, Spanisch El Tebeo, zeigt. Muchísimas gracias, Herr Lünstedt. Vielen Dank.
Ja, schönen Dank, Herr Bös. Wir sind sehr, sehr froh, dass wir wieder hier sein dürfen. Auch in den Zeiten, wo das alles vielleicht immer etwas knapper wird in Europa, auch mit finanziellen Mitteln. Das spüren wir, das spürt das Instituto Cervantes und umso froher sind wir, dass Sie uns trotzdem gleich bei 2 Ausstellungen des Comic-Festivals hier im Hause so tatkräftig unterstützt haben. Vielen Dank, Herr Bös. Es ist ein tolles Team hier auch. Ich möchte mich vorab noch bei den Dolmetschern bedanken. Ich habe gestern ein Gespräch mit Milo Manara geführt. Da hatten wir auch eine sehr, sehr temperamentvolle und sehr engagierte Dolmetscherin. Aber es geht einfach im Gespräch sehr, sehr viel Zeit verloren, wenn man halt immer noch warten muss, dass die Sache übersetzt wird. Simultan Dolmetschen ist was ganz, ganz Tolles und auch dafür sind wir sehr, sehr dankbar und da sind wir froh drüber. Aber jetzt möchte ich auch nicht lange euch auf die Folter spannen. Ich bin sehr, sehr froh, dass uns er in Guéra hier besucht und er hat uns auch ganz, ganz viele Originalzeichnungen zur Verfügung gestellt von seiner Django Unchained Comic-Adaption. Heißt ihn bitte willkommen. Guéra, kommt doch bitte auf die Bühne und herzlich willkommen in München auf dem Comic-Festival.
Sorry, I was a bit late.
You speak a bit English, I think.
Okay,
It's better. Excuse me for all the people in the world who speak Spanish, and it's not.
If you want me, I can repeat my answers. It's really not a problem. I first of all, please, that I will. First of all, thank you for having us here. I'm really proud to be here. It's very nice to be here. It's my first time in Munich. And I just feel fantastic, really. Last night it was really good. So, yeah, thank you. I'll come again whenever they ask, okay? Okay, food. Okay, we were talking about a pretty serious subject. I think that the basis of the question was, how did I go through what happened in Serbia and Yugoslavia? I suppose what makes an artist decide to change life in such a dramatic manner. And my answer was that there is no way that one can be prepared for something like this. When the war comes, war is when anybody, I suppose that's living right now, talking about war is something that happened long ago. But when the actual war happens to you is something else. It's really difficult to define it. You have to react. You have to do something about it, to stay, to go, to do something about your life. So this is the part that nobody really expects that is going to come. So my decision to go out from Yugoslavia was very, very pragmatic and very fast in very, how should I say this, practical way. I don't want to shoot anybody, that's all. It's very simple. So the only difference is that maybe because it was very difficult to live as an artist in ex-Yugoslavia, maybe this is what pushed me a bit more. I went out a bit more easily. And the decision was very, it was, looking at it now, it sounds dramatic because at Friday, I was in Barcelona. It was 21st of September, I think, of '91. Friday I was in Barcelona, and next Monday was general draft. So it was, I escaped for a centimeter, really. It was really very close. run, you know. But nobody plans something. Now thinking about it, I say, wow, you know, but then it was just, you know, if I don't go out that way, I will go out some other way. The point was to somehow have the feeling of controlling my life. And in Barcelona, it was pretty tough, first 2 or 3 years, but the way Spanish people are, they're very open. What's most important for me, what was really fantastic, is that I felt from the first day accepted. And if you're a stranger, if you're trying to live your life anywhere, the main thing is to feel accepted. You know, whatever you do, it doesn't matter. You know, friends, all these things they come and go. But if you feel accepted, it's some kind of general feel. This is the main thing, the most important thing. And to have normal life in Barcelona, it was maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 years almost. And I couldn't work in comics because it was a great crisis. And I worked posters, theaters, anything visual, Honda, fairs, conventions, monasteries, anything, just working. And then around between 98 and 99, I prepared my comics again. I'm trying to reduce all the information as fast as I can. About 97, 98 more or less, I had some projects for France. I went there, I signed a contract with Rahmen, did few albums as just like a starting point. Around 2004, I finished my own album, written by me also, about a pirate story. And then up till 2005, 2006, came a call from Vertigo. I was contacting them, and we made some kind of instant pact. I was really, really lucky. Everything functioned from the first second, and then we did Scalped. And I did Scalped for around 6 years, and it seems like we are worldly known about this. This series is really respected, and it's very actually nice to be in a position to enjoy such respect. So. And first time around 2007, Tarantino and his crew called me. We did a short cutout scene for Inglourious Bastards. And around 6 months ago, they called me again, saying that Tarantino wants to work with me again in an entire book, Django Unchained. And I said yes. And that's I'm trying to, you know, to reduce the information. So more or less, this is what happened to me.
But that's okay. That's really your complete life, you gentle people. So I must go a bit.
It's only 20 years.
Okay, yeah. We have to go a bit back into the past. I want to know, in Yugoslavia, you also draw comics, and they have been published. It had been Western comics, I think.
Yeah, I grew up on Westerns, and but it was. It's very difficult to explain. I was pretty known in my ex-country. It was, I suppose I've been lucky. I was recognized as a talent and all these things. But it was very difficult to live. I wanted my life, not just my talent. I wanted to live with this. So it was very difficult. It's just, there are no means, nobody's really serious. You know, socialism. There are some good parts of this thing that's called socialism. But the bad part is always that it's a kingdom of mediocre people. It's very difficult to break this in capitalism or here or whatever, in the United States. You have this kind of clash of things. You're always nervous about something. You always have some kind of idea that's better than the other one. So it's tough. But what socialism for me meant was that you can't break that everybody, without fighting you, think in a certain way that is difficult to break, just to show yourself. I'm convinced my talent is worth. And you can't do that there. They respect you. I was giving interviews. I had some golden plumage of my town, academic awards, but I couldn't buy tobacco. There was no money for tobacco. I just couldn't live. So this contrast is really, especially in artistic lives, it's really difficult. Because you feel nowhere. You just, what am I? Who needs my talent? So you go because you feel angry because nobody needs you. Or they maybe do, but they don't tell this to you. And you go to Barcelona or here or United States, whatever, you have the sense that you're needed. And what's good is that they do use you, but at the same time you have the possibility of using them. So it's much more honest. You know, there are lots of problems with capitalism. We're witnessing the whole thing. But the basis of it is there is some kind of basic respect that I like more personally. I hope it's understandable what I'm talking about.
I think everybody understands it completely.
I don't want to sound so serious, it's just a subject. Okay, let's talk football.
I think one last question to that complex. Your nationality, yesterday you said, yeah, but you also have the flag of your home country in Spain.
It's difficult. Officially I'm Spanish and it's obvious that I'm 22 years living in Barcelona. It's obvious that I'm Spanish. It's very clear, but I still, in my mind, translate that I'm Yugoslavian, Serbian, then Spanish. It's like when you speak a new language, you can't speak a new language until you start thinking on that language. When you translate your own language to that language, you still are fighting it. So I'm Spanish. I have a Spanish passport, but I still have to translate this. I didn't expect. It's weird because I didn't expect that my roots were so deep. They surprise you, you know. But let's conclude this with it's tough to be out of your country, your friend, your element, your you know. It's but this toughness. One day you discover that this is freedom. You feel a bit tough. It's not easy, but this means you're free. You really are alone now. Nobody, nothing behind you. So it's a good feeling. You know, you search for satisfaction, not happiness, or things like those. They start to matter, and you can't expect something like this. It just happened. So I do recommend, I don't know, a bit more risks in our lives. I think it's worth it. It makes you mature better, I suppose. Okay, let's talk football, please.
Not football, let's talk comic a bit. It was not so easy to publish comics, but I think in Spain it's also not so easy. Many Spanish artists had to publish their comics in France or in the United States. And tell us a bit about comics in Spain.
Spain is a country of enormous comic book talents, great artists, but something happened 2 times with their market. I think that Spain itself as a country is guilty of not having a comic book market. It's big enough, people always have, there is money if you like something, CDs or movies, it's very obvious, it's very simple to see. But something happened with, I think it's a fast money, and I think that if you, the talents like Alfonso Font, Victor de la Fuente, Juanjo Guarnido lately, so many guys are coming from Spain, they're fantastic, but somehow Spanish market is not well organized. And this could be this could be a lesson to everybody. I still think that in Germany, comic has to fight, and I think it's worth it. And I think it's everywhere. What's good about comic is that comparing it with movies, for example, you need authorities in movies of levels of Kurosawa or Houston or whomever to see that the movie is art. Because it looks like life too much. You have a series of moments that are hypnotic. But with comic, it's such a comic at its base is so close to art. It's so organic, so direct. So I think that the time for comic could come. Really, there's so many things are not said in comics, just scratched. Because I think it's an art that could be a future, really.
Several times we meet there. I think they publish much more comics in Spain than in Germany, but they don't publish so much comics from Spanish authors. That's the problem.
Spanish authors, the sad thing, the Spanish authors are publishing in Spain through French or American publishers. My comics are in Spain, but they're published through American publisher or French publisher, which is really sad. Just I don't know what's happening and why, but it's a big market, it's a great country, as well as Germany. I'm serious. This is, I really think that in Germany comics, seeing Michael, you talking with you guys and having a great time, I sense that there is a need for good comic. Something good is always needed.
did you get the job, DC Vertigo, to draw Sculpt?
I called my old friend, the best enemy I had. He's Croatian, I'm Serbian, he's Croatian. Igor Korle, a great friend of mine. And I was doing a comic for France, and I needed a secondary gig, something that I would do as a second series, and wanted to see what happens in the United States. And he gave me 6 or 7 phone numbers and emails and things. And Vertigo came back to me, and from the get-go, from the first second, something clicked, really. And at first I wanted, he offered me Batman or things like those, and I said, well, give me something more modest, just to get to know each other, to know how we work, and things like that. And Will Dennis instantly gave me script for Scalp, and for me it was instant yes. I said, yeah, it's fantastic. So I signed a contract in a matter of a month and a half. You normally need 3 or 4 months, just they have those briefings and things, and especially if it's a new serial, then they have to justify the whole thing. It's just, they do it this way. But it was very, very fast, stroke of luck. And the audience, the readers were something extraordinary. Each new book had more readers and more readers, more. It was just something that happened between us and readers, which we are really especially proud of, really.
And the work together with the author, was it easy or was it easy going? Do you also bring some own ideas in the comic?
Well, comic is very, especially American comic, it was, for me it was tough. It was 7 years without vacation. I was drawing Scalp 7 years, not 1 day of vacation, all the time. I got fat. Because the American rules are very tough. And I produced between 18 to 22 pages a month. So right now I have some 1,050 pages original. Okay, understand. Because we don't talk football. No, please comment. And it's a very, very tough rhythm, but the scripts were very, very good. Everybody was very excited. And it was really privileged feel to be inside of something like this. Everybody was excited. The editor knew all the scripts by heart. He was just quite a few times. I say, we call each other and we discuss this or that scene or sequence. And he said, Dashiell says this and Red Crow says that. He said, no, this is on page 12. And he was right most of the time. And he's an editor who knows my script better than myself. So it was really, everybody was very excited. And it's really, it's nice to be in that situation, that everybody is, and it's weird, I have to say this, we say this everywhere we go. It's very special because I'm Serbian, living in Spain, drawing a comic about Indians in the United States. The covers are done by a Scottish guy who lives in England. Colorist is Italian woman who lives in England also. The script writer is Jason. He's living in Kansas City, writing about India. This is as close as it came. And then in New York is our publisher, and the landlord of Assistant is Bulgarian. And we went as far as we could. So the whole thing is that all of us are doing comic about Indians. So it's very, very, something happened with this serial. It was very funny from the first moment. Everybody somehow felt good about it. And I never went to reservation. The best that happened about Scalp is that Indians were very touched, and we had some mails of fans that were really, they touch you, seriously. They were really grateful. And my trick was that I adored Westerns, and I had some friends in gypsy pueblos, gypsy villages. So I knew what poverty was. So combination of liking Westerns, noir movies, and gypsy feel. I knew how they react, what they do in between of them. So this was really helpful, and this is how I created Scalp. I never went to reservation, although so many males were convinced that we were there or living there. This was the nicest part. And it's, as I said, you can plan something, but somehow, somewhere I deserved this, but I don't know where. But it really clicked. Something very special happened with this serial, really.
Yeah. is a Western. It takes place in our time and in the present. And now you can. But it was really your first contact with Quentin Tarantino when you adapted Django Unchained before. You make an adaptation of the opening of Inglourious Basterds for the Playboy. It had been 7 pages, I think.
It's around 6 or 8. I can't recall. Maybe it's a short story.
How did that happen? Who contacted you?
Just call me out of the blue. What I heard afterwards is that Samuel Jackson is a great fan of Scalp. So I suppose he showed Tarantino our Scalp books, and they just Rob Wilson from Playboy just called me and said, "Would you like to do a scene that's cut out from the movie Inglourious Basterds?" I said, "Yeah, of course, great." So we did it, and it was a tough schedule. Really, I had a lot of work with Scalp, but we did it, and I thought that was that. You know, that's it. You know, and some few years afterwards, he was doing the Western. I heard about it, that he was doing the Western, but I couldn't know what happens next. And then I received a mail from maybe 6-7 months ago, mail from Ben Obermathi saying, like, Quentin would like to work with you. I said, yeah, of course, yeah, all the book. And you just accept these things. It mishmashed a lot of things. I had other projects in my mind. It's a very tough schedule. Again, I wanted to rest, to be sincere, but it looks like it was impossible. And it's a great script, good time for me again.
But I think in this few pages of your adaptation of Inglourious Basterds, there's also a scene which is not in the movie. I think a moment.
Yeah, there are a few pages from the script. They're not in the movie. I suppose that was the idea, because what I'm doing in Django right now is original script, which means that there are quite a few scenes that are not in the movie. Even the ending is just a little bit different. So I'm doing the original script right now. But Django is, again, the rhythm of pages for Django is just infernal, really. It's just too many things to do. So I needed help, and then we called Daniel Zezek, he's a Slovenian who lives in New York, Jason Latour, who is doing flashbacks, and Dennis Cowan, who is doing some of the pages.
And you started to draw both adaptations before you watched the movie, right?
I still didn't see the movie. I still didn't see the movie. No, don't tell me how it is. Is it higher? But I still didn't see the movie, and that's on purpose. It's much easier for me. Seeing the movie, I would repeat things that I would differently. What's nice is that, and people are asking this, like yesterday that we talked, I still didn't talk directly with Tarantino, which personally I think it's a bit ridiculous. But there are some laws that he's talking to me through his producer, and I'm talking to him through my Vertigo DC office. But there are some kind of love letters in between, because everything I wanted he gave me, everything. I did even changes of faces, and I did a new kind of cast, and everything I did or pleaded for, he said, yeah, green light, just let it work. So it was nice, because I feel respected in a way, you know. But this kind of, it's just, I think it's taking its toll on this quantity of pages, and there is some kind of, this Tarantino movie, everybody talks a lot. Mm-hmm. So there are problems like, they give you a page, and on one panel, they say, for example, he falls off a horse, his gun goes out, the horse dies, and the girl screams, which is 4 or 5 panels for the comic book. It's not one. So many things have to be worked on to adapt the very good movie script to comic. And then from around 120 pages for the whole book, right now we're around 200 pages. So it's quite a portion of additional work.
Yeah. How many issues are it? I was surprised that I framed your artwork that I read page from 40 page 42. Yes. What happened there?
I'm doing it's 7 issues, each issue around 40 pages, and they seriously at the beginning, because Sony took production part from Warner Brothers, and they didn't produce comics before, so there were really funny stuff going on. They seriously asked me if I can do 40 pages a month. So, only if you make some kind of window on my door and give me food from time to time. It's impossible. So they just didn't do these things before, and everybody's really excited. But I think, if you ask me, it's very nice to participate in this kind of project. But there are too many people. It's just a comic and a good script, and it should be as personal as possible. And from the get-go, it wasn't personal. I think this is going to be the difference between Scout that we did. That everything was personal. Everybody did the best they could because they were having fun. And we had those, quite a few scenes were written in Scout. I draw them, then we cut out 3 or 4 pages, and nobody's going to pay this to me, but because everybody's so excited, and you said, no, this scene doesn't fit. So we took it out and we made another one. So this kind of excitement reflects pages, and people somehow sense this. And I think I think that this is what Scout did, and I must be sincere, really, I still am surprised that people are respecting Scout in a very unusual way. They think these people are alive inside of this comic. It's a very, very unusual experience. I have letters from Indians discussing about destiny of this or that person, and there was some critic that was attacking us, like we are not doing justice for Indian people. We are again representing them as a crime people. There are killings and violations and wars and all these things. And this was going on for quite a few issues, 3 or 4. He was just having a black hole for us there. He was just attacking us all the time. And then the Indian woman, I'm not sure about her name. I won't say her name because I'm not sure. Then some woman, she was like 70 years old, made a mail, like a reply on a blog. My name is like, White Feather or something. And she said to him, to this critic, you are cliche, not them. They're not Indians, they're trying their best to do what they can. It's a noir story, so the cliche is you who are attacking these people. So this was really fantastic that some Indian woman defends us. Like she said, I feel my youth, this poverty. It's really, when we were searching for documentation, it's really incredible. In Dakota Reservation, every 4th woman is raped. Every 4th woman. It's just incredible. We're making a noir story thinking we are exaggerating things. But then you go to reality and it's even more, it's just unbelievable. And it's always somebody who's inside of the family, and it's just mesmerizing, really tremendous stuff going on. They're just left there to die. So this meant each issue, when those mails came, each issue was just a little bit more special, really, we were really proud to be in it.
Was it planned before how many issues will come out from Scout?
No. Actually, we thought around 30 issues. And we went, the idea afterwards, with 6th book, we were at the New York Times bestsellers. 2 times we were at the first place. 2 books were at first there. Some of them were 6th or something. So around the 5th book, maybe, then we thought we were going to do 10 more. And then we made some kind of reunion in New York and talked about it a lot. And then we wanted to finish the book with 10 books, 60 issues, and not doing more because we wanted to have to finish it while we still have more ideas. We didn't want to spend all ideas and then prolong the life because of a commercial success. We wanted to finish it as is, and you won't see any youth of Scout, any sequel of Scout. This is finished story. We will never do this again because we think it matters. It's just, we will do new projects, and it's not going to be Scout. Nobody else is going to do this as a serial or to make this commercial, whatever.
Yeah, I think it's a good concept at DC Vertigo that they add the series sometimes, and that they are not going on and on and on.
Yeah. Vertigo is the most European editor in the United States. That's Vertigo, and they are very lonely with this, and it's tough time. Their ups and downs are different from Marvel, because Marvel has capacity to live through these things. Vertigo is some kind of Lamborghini inside of DC Comics, like Cheetah or expensive animal that needs, everybody's proud of it, but it can be just something very representative, We don't sell like Batman does, but through us, everybody is respected, and we sell enough for us, we're the owners of the rights, so it's a tricky subject. And I must say that the way we talked last night was very interesting. They know that they're, in the United States, that they're cursed with their market. They know that they appear to be too commercial. But it's difficult. It's a huge market. It's very, very difficult and slow to make changes. And there are people who are fighting this. But it's just very difficult, that's all. So I respect a lot of those guys. Respect them much more than before. Because I got to know that they know how they look with all these Batmans and Supermans all over again, and X-Men, and all these things are, But that's the way the market is. It's very difficult for them. In Europe, you have this kind of competition that always is happening. And Europe is, what's best about Europe that you have so many countries in such a small space, And I really think that all the cultures should be left alone to be different. What we should take out are our borders, those funny lines that are on the map. But culture should be different. Culture should be maintained, and as much as we can. But in the United States, you have 51 Spains or Germanys. It's just enormous. It's just huge. So it's just a very, very big, heavy animal that needs a lot to move. They're heavy. They sometimes don't know it. And you have to work a bit more to prove yourself as somebody who has good ideas, and then they will accept you and change things towards your ideas. But they're very heavy with new ideas. They're not prone to do this.
But back to Django Unchained, you did not draw the complete comic, you worked together with other artists. Was there a dramatically concept? Who drew this and who drew that?
Well, at first, I was, as I said, I was given green light for all my wishes. I had my colorist from Scout. I chose her. I chose Jason Latour, who I admire a lot, who did flashbacks. And the only thing that they proposed was that different people do covers, which was okay with me. But then, as I said, about third issue, Sony, finally somebody revised the script. And it was very clear that it's absolutely impossible for one person to do all the book in this short time. Just absolutely impossible. So we had to ask for more people. And then I said, well, whomever. I wanted Corday to do it. Corday, my great friend, Croatian. But I think he asked for too much money or something like this. So they called Daniel Zezegin and Dennis Cowan. So, how should I say? Django is a very good script. Very good inspiration for doing good pages. I hope that you will find it that way. But I don't feel that Django is completely mine. So I'm proud to be there. And there are fantastic dialogues and situations, and fun to do them. Especially I'm let alone to do them my way, not like the movie. But it's just as I said, too many people are involved. And I can't justify all the time this or that, or just, it should be script writer and me and editor, maybe colorist, and having fun, being passionate about these things. And they're used to this quantity of people. Everybody says, you have those guys, each one of them is making a comment on this or that, and then you receive mails that are just ridiculous. They're trying to make you justify anything that crosses their mind. So, but from the get-go, at the beginning, I was very, very dry and sharp with this. I just, I do this my way or I don't do it. Please leave me, to my work. And what's good is that Quentin understands these things. Anything that I wanted, Quentin approved. Anything, really, anything. The quantity of pages from 22 to 27, then when the second issue was ending. But anything I wanted to improvise or the Brittle brothers are not, they're drawn by me totally different than in the movie. He said, yeah, great, fantastic, just go on, no problem. But it's a, I wouldn't like, how should I say this? My next project for sure is not going to be something about movies or, it's going to be comic book again, just, get tired of the whole thing.
But you get the script of Tarantino directly and you adapted it from the script. Did you also cut some scenes or?
Yeah,
the complete script.
What I couldn't change is to take out or put in one word. Words have to be, dialogues have to be there like written in stone. But anything else, if I move the scene or make some kind of different cut than in the movie, if they see it workable or I justify it with some idea, they say, yeah, great, go on, for that, go on, great. For example, in the second issue, I added almost, I think around 6 pages more, just to make it, it's the first time Django kills somebody. Let's make it, give me 6 pages, not one panel or 2 panels or 2 pages. Give me something to create this, first of all, to let them stop talking for once. Each page has so many bubbles and they said, yeah, great, go on, no problem. So this is really great, it's a good situation to be in, because they let you work, so this is really great.
Did you hear something from Tarantino? Did he like your comic?
Yeah, a lot, yeah. The only ridiculous thing is that I have to hear it from the producer who says this to this office, who says this to me. Okay, no problem. I think we will meet, we will promote the book around September or something, when the book comes out and we will be together. Right now, I must say this, it's really, really a lot of work. Nobody has time to, make jokes or have a good time, or it's really, it's a lot of work. I'm at least 12 pages a day, 12 hours a day at my table. It's really a lot of work, a lot of days and months. And
if they ask you to adapt the next Tarantino movie?
No, I will not. It was great for once, and I will have a great time until the end. The ending was really great, and I have this script. I actually received original script with this thick. It's really a lot of pages, and it's a privileged position to be in. But I really want to do just good comic, and that's it. No fame, no guaranteed success, or just come back to comic again, back to life.
Okay. On which comic project are you actually working?
I'm having several. Around September, what I'm most excited about, 2 things will happen. I will finish my script that's called Smokey Joe, Blues for Minnie. And it's going to, right now, I'm discussing this with Urban Comics or Dargo, I'm not sure. But I have a lot of ideas about it. I wrote half of the first book, and I have 5 albums plotted. And the second thing, the important thing that's going to happen is that I will work with Jason Aaron again after Scalp. We will do something new, and I can't say more, but it's really, I just hope, if it surprises you as much as it surprised me, it's something that nobody expected. It happened in New York, and we were in a hall, and he said something that I was like, what? And it really is something that nobody, he said, what do you think, let's do this. Because we were waiting for something good to happen, but it's been a year that Scalp is over, so we just let the time pass, and something will come by, something will happen.
And you work again for DC Vertigo? Sir? For Vertigo you work again?
I don't know. Right now, we will go who offers best. I'm not, right now we really are considering best offers. I think we will, any excuse we have, we will do things for Vertigo again. But the situation with DC and Vertigo is so, how should I say, they're in crisis, and they're trying, we will help as much as we can, but we can't offer our new project if how should I say, if we're not happy. It can't be the same thing as with Scalp. We're just hired right now, so we will go with best offer. But covers, short stories, we will do any excuse just to keep on working with Vertigo and go. Any excuse, short one.
Okay, Guéra said that you'd like to answer all the questions from the audience. If you have a question, football question also, maybe also something about comics, about Spain, Yugoslavia, yes, whatever you want. Feel free.
I'm going to bring the mic around.
Thank you for your clear Oxford English. And I have a question because I've seen your pictures from your comic Black Pirates. And the first question is, Django Unchained is the first comic which is published in German?
I just don't know really. They from time to time I get information who publishes it and how. But I'm not tracing this. They inform me. I'm not sure. What I would like is to have both of them on German. Scout and Django. Django is going to be translated for sure. This is guaranteed. I just don't know who is going to be the publisher or when. Maybe they will publish the entire book when we finish the whole thing. Which I think this is the way to do it.
Eichborn will bring out Django Unchained in a complete edition when it's finished. And Panini unfortunately don't publish Sculpt. It's really a pity, and
it's not planned to publish Black Pirate or so in German. No, I don't know.
Let's wait for it. In the United States, people also are asking about my other works. Yeah. And I think really it's very, how should I say, nice moment for me. But we really should be careful. I don't want to have everything published at the same time. Or just, let's do it with reason. Let's do it with some reason, some excuse to do it. And I will be happy. You can imagine. I suppose I would like to have all of those things published. But just let it do it with time and reason. Let's do it seriously. That's all I ask.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
One more question.
Please do.
What is your plan when you work?
You can ask from German, no problem. Please. It's easy to translate.
Ja, was ist Ihr Arbeitsplan? What's your working plan? When do you stand up?
After so many years, it's just you wake up and you work. I try to. I will tell you. I suppose this could be a secret to say or something. What I discovered along the time, these hours that I did, is that it's very important to work as you feel that day. It still is art. What I discovered, what I have against so many comics is that I think that too many people are illustrating comics, and we should express, not illustrate. We should express. We should justify the script, not just illustrate nicely drawn pictures. So it's very important to do as you feel that day. I have an action scene and I feel heavy, so okay, I will do action scene heavily, differently. But it's very important to do it as you are that day. You can't fight your own self. And as much as I respect old masters, and I'm really into this artistry, and I like to have perfect compositions and all these things, it's very important that one feels happy and free. To have fun with it. Not to disrespect it, but the fun. But if you're not happy doing this, it's very long hours. You don't go out as you used to. You just work and work and work and work. But you really should have fun. And this is something that expresses the page, the script, I think that this is the part that people should enjoy most. Yourself, who you are. So I should express, not just illustrate. Express something.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's only a short question. I will follow your wishes, so let's have a look at the future. Is your pint a Monday trainer from Rio?
Could you repeat, please? I'm not sure I understood.
Your wish is to talk about football. Is your pint a Montag trainer from Rio? Ist Jupp Heynckes ab Montag Trainer von Real Madrid?
Jupp Heynckes will be trainer of Real Madrid.
Okay, I've heard that.
You said you want to talk about football.
I'm a great fan of Barcelona club. Yeah. and still, really, for real, I still enjoy. I come from Serbia and Yugoslavia, and there is some kind of quality in the style of playing with Barcelona that I really admire. It's easy, it's intelligent, it's being, ball is always faster than a player. And Madrid is okay, but they still are having their style is still more tough than I basically like. But I don't dislike them; they're fantastic. But what I enjoy most is really Barcelona, the way they play.
Are you planning a football comic?
No, a football comic. I did quite a few posters for. You would be surprised, for banks who were promoting football, and I had a great time. I really like. I come from Serbia, so we like football, we like basketball, we like sports.
Okay, one more football question.
But it was also my question. Why don't you do a comic football?
It's just the good story is everything, really. I'm trying. Lately, I have these master classes with artists and people, and the most important thing is the story, is the script. So my job is to justify the script. The colorist's job is to justify my black and white pages. It's like a light show on a concert. A light show should be in favor of you, not you in favor of light show. So it comes, the most important, the thing that decides everything is the story. If you read Scout, we have 6 issues and 10 books. There were issues where, for example, if the issue is about Ketcher, who is a disappointed guy with a scar, he's just very bitter and everything is bad and he's an assassin, all these things. So my lines were distorted. I tried to make his world like this. To make transcend what happens to him. And issue 25, this was issue 9, I think. Then issue 25 was about a gambler. A black guy, very cold guy, very son of a bitch, as they say. Very, So all the lines were very cold. I tried to make everything just clear, planned. So subconsciously to translate to you what is expecting from you to feel. I'm trying to translate the script for you. Script decides everything. If the script is your common sense. This is the story about people. It's not about my drawing. It's not about great dialogues. It's not about. It's about the story. It's about these. It's a poetry. It's a poetry. Okay. When you see Wild Bunch, for this, just an example, you see such a violent movie, and you think about it. It is a song. It's about some people who couldn't adapt, and the way it's done, the way it's edited, it becomes a cut from somebody's life that you should understand, that you should feel richer about when you see it. Not just the effective dialogue. This is what I say. So the good movie or good comic is not about illustrating the tough guy. It's about strength in everybody. Not toughness. Toughness is just a manner of being, But the strength, the humans, that's the point. So story decides everything. My style is decided by story. If something is comical or not, if something is dramatical or not, who is the hero? Why? What's happening to him? What happened with his life? So this is the way I should translate the script to the reader. It's not just illustrating. The essence of script is everything.
Do you have plans to write scripts for other artists?
Yeah, well, I have one script that's left. I have my parts are written by me that I stopped doing because of scale. But right now, I hope I will have some kind of agreement with the law, maybe, to re-edit my pirate serial. I will do Smoky Joe Rules for Mini, scripted by me, and I have one script extra that it's possible to. There are 2 artists that are interested, and I would like to just the question of time and just schedules, arranging time. But I would like to write more. I admire writing. I like writing.
I think we should do some.
Hi, Aaron. I have a question. How do you maintain your creativity? Are there certain how do you maintain your creativity? Are there certain sources that you look to for inspiration, like old photography, or are there certain things that you don't do? Like you said, you don't watch the Django movie when you illustrated.
Okay, I think it could be called a trick, what I do. I like, as I said before, like poetry things. So the essence, I have a weak spot for Cartier-Bresson. The stories that are inside, I try to drink, you know. So I use a lot of documentation. I see a lot of photos. But when I do my page, I never look at anything. Just I study a lot, have a great time. Maybe a few sketches or things, or computers, you know, they can, you know, you can go anywhere, see anything. But the thing I discovered is that when you copy something, it shows, and I hate it. It must be, you know, why? You know, it's not so needed. So I tried to learn things about brewery that we saw last night, or things that move there, you know, or old cameras. You move here and you can see there something happening. You know, these things that, you know, how they work. So these things, when you understand them, while drawing them, you use your common sense to improvise. This is what gives life. Improvisation. Also, when I do pencils, I tend not to finish them too much. I see a lot of people finishing pencils perfectly, and when they ink their page, it's cold. It's just dead. Just, you know, people doing something like, this is not life. You know, drawing should be, you know, movable. It's not just one moment that you freeze. It's lots of moments in one. This is life. This is magic. This is things that happen. So when I try to document my comics, I study a lot, have fun, but when I draw, I move everything. My table is clean.
Do you have a question?
The last question.
Last question.
I got the idea that writing a script is done very fast, and drawing the script is about 10 or 50 times longer to work at. Is that idea true, or is it 50-50? What's the balance between these two things?
There is I think the common sense that's used in this kind of distribution is okay. At the actual work, I'm paid more, obviously more, much more than the script writer. But when we receive royalties, it's 50-50. So it's very nicely, it's okay. While I draw, I receive more money. You know, Jason writes a script in a week maybe, and I need 4 at least, or maybe more, for these pages. So they pay me more, just monthly, because I work much more. But when we receive royalties, when we receive sellings, we share 50-50, which is pretty fair, I think. This is really okay. Was this your question, or?
The question was how much time is needed to write the script, and how much time is needed to do the drawings for one page, for example.
You never know. Sorry, I misunderstood. Sorry. You never really know. I will tell you something. You never really know how much you actually work on something, because lots of times the best drawings happen very fast. But I didn't know that I was working on them 3 months before. You know, they were cooking here. You know, I knew that there is a moment when Dashiell leaves Carol and he goes with Maggie, and I don't know, Red Crow kills Catcher, whatever. You know, so you prepare yourself, and somehow at that actual moment, you said some idea comes, but you're ready for it. So the point is to how should I say? Not to, the worst treason you could do about your own script or your own art is not to go with yourself. So you should hear what you really feel about it. If you read a lyrics of Bob Dylan, you know, he can, for example, he can write about anything, and it means something. If you see Morgan Freeman, he can say hello, and it means something. It's the way he is. So the work is in being something. You know, when you see good actors, good writers, No Country for Old Men, for example, Cormac McCarthy, all these guys, the main work is about essence of things. The actual work is really, you don't notice it. The best thing that happens in art, last night we talked about it, is that you lose the sense of time. This is the best that you know, when you start working, the best about drawing or making lyrics or working on art is that you lose the sense of time. So 3 hours pass, you don't even know, you don't notice. So this is maybe this is why the whole thing is so hypnotic, because it's so you want to do it again and again and again. It's like sex, actually. It's just the time stops, and it's a really good feeling to be in, and you never really know. You never really know how much you do need for this. Where it comes and goes on, or I'm not good in telling you this. You know, just
I'm very good in telling you this.
Thank you very much.
Ja, wir haben ja gleich ein weiteres Gespräch mit Guéra, mit dem Spiruzeichner, mit dem Zeichner von Fraternity. Guéra wird sich jetzt einen kleinen Augenblick in die Bibliothek zurückziehen, einen Kaffee trinken und so weiter. Und dann steht er für einen kleinen Signiertermin zur Verfügung. Es ist tatsächlich von ihm in Deutsch ein Comic erschienen in Deutschland. Es ist zwar nur eine einzige Seite, aber ich sehe es da hinten auch. Wir haben einen Tributband für Robert Kramm rausgebracht. Und da hat er sich freundlicherweise auch dran beteiligt mit einem sehr schönen, ich glaube nicht ganz stubenreinen Beitrag, aber wir verkaufen diesen Band auch für 20 €, wenn ihr möchtet, oder ansonsten wird er eine kleine Weile noch für Sie die Aktion zur Verfügung stehen. Aber ich gebe Ihnen jetzt einen Augenblick Ruhe, da müssen Sie mal ankommen, sich etwas erholen und bis gleich.